This is Grand Piano Truth with Zia, your number one podcast, your choral music in South Africa. Today I'm chilling with a champion, Yasa Gauteng Kuterombane, standard category. A very special man with no noise, but only his work that makes noise. The Teta, Mr. Sphiwe Mlaba from Meadowlands Chorale. From
Bode,
Omgelegile.
thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah. Nathi manisiyabonga to honor this invitation and come true for our conversation. But before siqale, khasiqalele ngibani uSiphiwe Mlaba.
Sphiwe Mlaba is just a normal guy, ordinary guy from Meadowlands.
Yes.
I think the interest would be in the choral space.
Yes.
I started this choral thing. Well, the love for choral started when I was still a student. By student, I mean a learner in primary school. And then I went to high school. And after that, then a teacher of mine decided she wasn't going to be conducting anymore. And she decided to trust me with a choir. And that's where the love for music started and it grew. So from when I started conducting in 2009 till this day, I've started conducting in a school choir. It was in Konjane Secondary School. Then I went to Mkhome, where I still conduct now, at Saske Secondary A. And then from those kids are the kids that I then started Meadowlands Chorale with.
Okay. So, I saw you, Kusaske. You were conducting there.
Yes.
Is there any linkage between Meadowlands Chorale and the school that you are conducting?
Yes. Like I just said now, the kids that I started conducting from grade 6, if I'm not lying, grade 6 till date are kids that are now at Meadowlands Chorale.
Oh, okay.
So it started way back, and as they grew and they could not then compete in the Saske competitions because now they are old. Then we then started Meadowlands Chorale. But the initiation of Meadowlands Chorale started after having seen that there is this talent and I'm doing nothing with the talent. Then I started Meadowlands Chorale in 2019.
Have you ever seen in one of these big choirs or any choir around?
Never.
Went straight to connect?
No, I've never sang in a choir. The last time I sang in a choir was in high school. And then I sing at church.
Yeah.
But in these big choirs, I've never sang for any of the big choirs. And I don't know why. It has never came to me. My friends that my friends that who are still my friends now, they sing for big choirs. They sing. They would go and sing for your Gautengs, your Kopanos. But there was just never interest in me to go and sing for any of the big choirs.
You grew up in Soweto?
Yes.
And you know, Soweto music, choral music is not a big thing.
It's not.
Yeah. Escaping from that generation,
it's still a shock, and I always remember words that came from a very seasoned musician, if I can put it like that, Nomthandazo Solomon,
yes.
Who is an adjudicator, who's also, like I'm saying, she's just a seasoned musician. She came to a choir, she came to train our choir long back in Konjane. I think it was 2011. And when she came there, she was shocked that I never thought there would be a choir in Soweto sounding like this. And for me, it drove me to a point where I wanted to show that Soweto kids can do better. And it did that. I mean, we moved from being in Gonjane to then going to Mkhome, starting in the secondary B category, winning the category even at national level, then going and being promoted to secondary A, which we are doing very good. Now we have this choir. So it started from there. I had to accept the fact that Soweto kids are not choral music kids, but I had to then see a few from there and use that opportunity.
Yes. When you escape Njani?
Personally,
what generation
I don't know. I really don't know. Being in a choir did something to me. Singing choral music, being in a choir, a school choir, it did something for me. I still remember pieces that I used to sing in school, which really touched me and it gave me the love for choral. I think it's just a personal thing, a personal musical choice to say which music you want to listen to or you want to go more inclined with.
let's go straight now to Meadowlands Chorale. What do you think is the choir's purpose for existence here?
You know what? The actual purpose, and it always goes back to where and how the choir started. My purpose with this, with Meadowlands Chorale, was to make sure that the talent is still nurtured.
Yeah.
It was to make sure that the talent does not go unnoticed, or it was to make sure that the talent does not, there's no rust in the talent.
Yes.
Because I could see that there's a problem if I'm going to let the very good singing guys and not do anything with the talent. Then I had to start Meadowlands Chorale. I'm very proud to say a lot of the way we've grown into this music thing as Meadowlands Chorale, or the way I've changed the narrative in Soweto about this choral music thing. I'm happy to say in my choir alone, I have about 20, if not 25, of my choristers who are doing music as a qualification, who are in TUT, some in Poch, some. And this says to me, I have done something, I've planted something in these kids, and now they want to take it to a much bigger level, which to me is very good. So I think that is the purpose. The purpose is to say you can actually be something out of this music.
Yeah. We have seen a choir developing, making strides, becoming Gauteng champions, Kuterompane, standard category. Recently you went to Battle of Municipalities. You did well. Yeah. Take us through because competitions are too. Was prepared Jan.
Shockingly so, and it still shocks me alone when I think about this thing. And I'm not shy about it, and I never shy away from talking about it, even to my choristers or even anyone that comes to the choir. I am not a professional musician. I want that to be very clear. I have not been to a school and been taught music.
Yeah.
The last time I was taught music was when I was in grade 12, and there was a teacher standing in front of me and teaching me, this is do, this is me, this and how, this is how you sing it. When I was given an opportunity, because of I would think the lady saw passion in me, that this person can do it, and when she said do it, when she said take over the choir, for me it was a challenge. For me, I took it as a challenge, and I then said, let me learn this music learning, if you put it like this. I'm a self-made type of musician, and how I make it, and I can safely say make it now, because I'm seeing the results, is by embracing the fact that I am not a professional musician. Therefore, for me to do the right things, I would need to then invite people in my choir who are musicians. The groundwork is definitely going to be done by me. I'm going to teach the music. I'm going to give them my small understanding of the music, give them some background of the music, try to achieve a certain sound for the choir myself, because I do have the Sphiwe, if I can put it like that. Then I invite people to come into my choir, then who are going to give us a direction to say, let's do this, let's work, because Bona, they know, they have the know-how, they know music more than me. So that's how I make it. I do the groundwork, I teach the music from zero, from not knowing anything, whether it's opera, operetta, it's still big words to me. I don't understand what all of that means, but I still take that and I still teach the choir, and I still go and research, and I still look at YouTube to say what is there, and I try to implement that to the choir. But before I can take the choir to the stage, I always invite people who are professionals, who know this thing, to come and assist me. And I think that's how I do it. I accept the fact that I can never know anything or everything, then I invite people to come and assist me.
Yeah. In terms of support from maybe from parents or from the community, you have to travel to Eastern Cape. We know choral music is one of industries, you can say poor industries. Support Itolapi to do all of this.
You know, like I'm saying, I take myself as being very young in this whole choral thing. You know, I'm very young in it, such that I can tell you now that this year has been the first year where I've formally written a letter, and I've taken the letter out to people asking for donations. For a very long time, I've not done that. Same applies with I've had the choir from 2019. I've been conducting for the past 12 years now.
Yeah.
But only 2 years back, I've then opened myself up to having a gala dinner or a concert,
Yes,
which is something that I've not done. I'm slowly but surely learning that there are people out there who are fans to Meadowlands Chorale and people that love Meadowlands Chorale and want to help Meadowlands Chorale.
Yes,
and I've seen that with the trip going to East London, because I never ask for donations. I just speak to the choir to say, this is how much we're going to need. And shame, I don't know how those kids do it, or I don't know how those members do it, because they always make it a point that they finyelela up where they're supposed to. Whether it's 1,000 rands, whether it's 700 rands, they do that. But this year I said, I'm going to assist you. And I was shocked when I received a lot of donations, even from guys from church. I just had to put a status, and I was shocked when my account started building up. People started sending proof of payments to say, we are behind you. And that's how we survive. Only this year, only now, I've started to open myself up to saying, please give us donations. And I'm appreciative of the fact that people are receiving that very genuinely and not interpreting it in any way. And I mean, we've shown that it's genuine. It was to take us from Joburg to East London, and when we got there, we delivered and we came back with it.
Yes. Last you did, I don't know, it was dinner.
Yes.
And also prize giving.
Yes.
To some of conductors. Where is that idea came from?
I think the idea came from the like I'm saying, I'm still just learning this choral and the environment itself as well, and the how do you call it? What's that? I want to say the habitat or the ecosystem, whatever it is within the choral space. I'm still just learning that, but I saw that you are never celebrated when you are alive as a musician or as a conductor. As a conductor that has started singing with kids from grade 7 who are now professionals, who are now taken by big choirs, who are now, and I've said this to a lot of people, that I still go to a competition and I sit there and I watch a lot of the kids that were trained by me sing for other choirs. And I'm still grateful that I do not have a heart that says, but that is my chorister. And I'm in a competition, they should be singing with me and not with other choirs. I'm still grateful that I just have a heart that says, if someone wants to grow and go to much bigger choirs, they can do that so that they learn more. And I'm just open to the fact that one day I will not be able to run Meadowlands, and maybe someone from those choirs who was groomed by these hands can come back to take over Meadowlands Chorale. So I'm saying, we do not appreciate people when they're still alive, or when they're still doing this choral thing. And for me, I wanted to appreciate that. I've seen the work that was done by Sidor Mhlongo. I've seen the work that was done by Monty Manamela. And I'm seeing the work that's done by the Pitbull, Parkwe, who is also done a lot of, I would say, a great part of Meadowlands Chorale, because we do not go on stage without calling her. We do not, we call each other Wanama, because we have built that relationship. We've discussed music, and I thought she is a woman amongst this very aggressive male-dominated industry. Let her be celebrated, and she's doing wonders.
Exactly.
So that's where the idea came from. I thought I've identified these beautiful people that are doing very good, and whom I also just look up to because of the music that they do. And I thought, let me celebrate them. Let me call them. Let's celebrate them in a beautiful gala dinner event. And I'm happy. I'm happy that we're seeing extravaganzas now, where they identify these many conductors to come and sing. For me, I think the idea, the small idea that came with Meadowlands Chorale gave birth to big extravaganza ideas.
You know, the idea that you came with of prize giving.
Yes.
When I see you in every event, you dressed up.
Yeah.
I'm always asking myself if you are. I thought one time you are a designer, or you have your own design.
Yes.
yeah. Then you came with this prize giving. This guy can, because it was beautiful dreams. Yeah. This guy can come up with national awards.
Yes.
Because he's stylish, and came with this. Have you ever thought about that?
What exactly? Being a designer or...
National awards.
Actually, thank you for giving me that idea. I've not really came up with the idea, but knowing myself, do not be surprised one day when you get a brief or an invite to such, because I think it's something that should be done. I think it's something that should be done. Maybe I should actually just after you've conceived, because you've just conceived the idea to me now, maybe just speak to a few people and see if it's something that could be done. Why not? Why not have an evening one day where we invite all conductors around South Africa, and maybe even outside, because we're seeing these beautiful conductors in Swaziland and Botswana and have a dinner and give them awards. Why not? Maybe it's something that one should consider. Yeah, I would definitely do it.
Yes. Yeah. Let's hope. Let's hope this idea
comes to life one day.
To life. Yeah. You know. Now you're preparing for 15 December.
Yes.
Without exposing your plans or your techniques, what are you doing now with your choir?
Okay. Rehearsals. There's nothing special, honestly.
Yeah.
We are just going to be rehearsing. Like I said, when I just had an offline discussion with you, that I obsess a lot with the rehearsals, because I'd like to see myself as a perfectionist.
Yes.
Having to go and present in a big stage like that, because I want to call it a big stage.
Yes.
I do not want anything to be wrong, because I think musicians will be sitting there. A lot of people will be watching, people that know this music, and I do not want to be one to be seen as an underprepared person when given an opportunity to, like this. The fact that I'm a champion in the Gauteng region still shocks me even now, because I believe that we have wonderful people that we're competing with there, wonderful musicians that we're competing with there. So it's all about just making sure that we deliver and we represent Gauteng. One thing about me, when you give me a task, I will definitely carry it out.
Sure.
So my task here is to represent Gauteng in the standard section, and that's what I'm going to do.
How was the feeling with Kembiako after becoming champions of Gauteng for the first time?
It was beautiful. One thing about me, I process things. Yeah. So believe it or not, I only was able to be happy and enjoy the moment only on a Wednesday, because it took me those days to process everything to say. Because for me, when you're pronounced a champion, when you're pronounced a winner, even before you can be excited about this whole thing, then for me it goes back to what is it that you put in to get to this point. And I start calculating from day one to say, and this is where I am, what is it that I need to change, or what is it that I need to keep up for me to get to where I want. So only on a Wednesday I was able to be excited, but I was very much humbled to be here. If you can notice, I did not even go and get the trophy because I waited for the result outside.
Okay. Eastern Cape. How was the stage there?
The stage.
Yes.
Those guys sing. Being a Johannesburg choir going to sing in the Eastern Cape competition, you must have guts.
Yes.
Because you have guys that sing there. You have guys that have a very big sound there. And you really just listen to your choir and think, will they even be able to sing against the guys in the Eastern Cape? That stage is big. That stage is beautiful. That we shared stage with beautiful musicians, and it really humbles me that we were pronounced in the top two. It humbles me that we were pronounced position 1 in the Western piece, and because those, you know what? Even now, I don't believe it. Yeah, I still just need to pinch myself to say, is it me? When I think, like I'm saying, when I think, exactly what is it that if people can say to me now, what is it that you can show? That you are a musician, I can't show anything. And the only thing that I can show is a podcast from the Grand Piano.
You are still watching Grand Piano Truth. Don't forget to follow us on our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget also the Buang Moloto competition on the 26th of October, Rustenburg Civic Center. Go to Computicket to get your ticket now. Mr. Mlaba,
Yes.
finally, but not final. We have seen the competitions zenzeka ngesikhathi esiyi-1 because I think even kwale Buang Moloto on the same day the Tirumban is doing Durban.
Yes.
Yeah. Singenza njani uba ne-schedule se-choral?
In my very small, in my very 2 cent opinion, if I can put it like that, I think we need to, as an industry, we need to really run away from making and turning our beautiful industry into a toxic environment. I think this thing is just following us slowly but surely. But we just need to run away from that. And how we can do that is we know that there are competitions out there. And we know that these competitions, they have champions that champion these competitions. Like you said, there's Buang Munoto who champions Buang Munoto. There's Tirumban, and I'm sure Muhau Mukhale is championing that. And then there's what bomb competition that Ezile is championing. Why not have an association of that sort? Why not have maybe not formalize it to an association? Why not have a group chat?
Yes.
And have all these people that champion competitions in this one group chat and have a calendar. Have them sit down and have a calendar. Have them have a conference for a weekend where they are going to share what are their thoughts, what it is that they want to do, so that we don't have a mix of these things. What we would like to go to Durban and check our competitors in terms of Tirumban. At the same time, we want to go to Buang Munoto and watch a beautiful competition where big choirs and other choirs are going to be singing there. But we have these two competitions, and one needs to decide, why is it that as musicians we must decide where to go? Why is it that we are not given a calendar and we plan and we say on this day as musicians we are all going to meet here as a competition? So that's what in my 2 cent opinion I would say. Have an association, have a group chat, let all the champions speak, let them share dates, let them choose dates. If there's a colliding date, let them see and weigh options, and then let's change the dates so that we encourage mass participation in this choral fraternity so that it doesn't die. Yeah. So my what about the colliding dates and an end is that one day it's just going to kill us as musicians.
Exactly. One word to the choirs on your category that are coming on the 15th as a Gauteng champion.
One sentence would be, please be lenient on this baby called Meadowlands Chorale. Just be lenient on this baby called Meadowlands Chorale. We are just babies. We are coming though. Yeah, we are coming.
Yeah. Then what can you say to about choral music generally from Saske up to these competition adults competitions?
Our fraternity, this term that I've lost throughout this whole interview. Our fraternity deserves a lot of authentic people with ethics and morals. That's what I'm going to say. Our fraternity needs to understand that choral music is a game of intellectuals. Choral music is a learned type of music. As learned people, we need to be ethical. As learned people, we need to have morals. These are the same morals and ethics that are going to grow this music, because we are there as musicians. As much as we are not adjudicators, as much as we are not so inclined with music, we sit there as the audience. We look at what is happening and we expect things. And when you see that there's a lack of fairness in this thing. It kills the morale, it kills the spirit of music, and that is just my worry that one day Mlaba is going to wake up and say, I'm no longer participating in this because of 1, 2, 3, which is something that's wrong. I'm just calling everyone in the space of choral music to be very truthful, to be very ethical, and to be very moral, to have morals. And I always say this. I'm a very, what's the right word? I'm a very honest musician or honest conductor. I can tell you, and you ask me in a competition, even when I'm singing, you go and you ask me in a competition, what do you think? How do you think you did there? I will tell you if there's a choir that did better than me, and I will tell you if I expect that choir to win more than me, and because I feel we need to be that honest. Because if I say there's a choir that did well, it means I've listened with an ear to want to learn. I do not listen to the ear of thinking I know everything. If I do that, I'm never going to grow. But if people are going to feed me the notion or the ego that I know, then they're going to kill me, not grow me. That is just my worry. So that's what I'm going to say. And I want us to encourage that with everyone in the space. And that's what I always say to the wonderful people that I work with, who are my choristers, to say, let us be honest musicians. If we did well, let's expect to get what we've done. But if we didn't, even after backstage, even after a certain performance, if we think we did not do good, let's be honest with each other to say, but that was not our best performance. Let's see what is going to happen.
Mr. Mlaba, I would like to thank you for coming in for this interview.
Yes.
And we wish you well, nekwaya yako. We wish Meadowlands as champions with standard category.
Oh, I received that.
Nationally, as Bauchilo ati Soweto ayonda wejongelwe choral, but you came with a beautiful choir there.
Yes.
Yeah, so wish you well, Mr. Mlaba. And this episode was produced by Omozi Mazibuko from Bishop Music Academy. If you know him. Yes. No,
I do know him, and he's worked with us as well.
Oh, okay.
He's worked with our choristers as well. Yeah. I think just before we end this, I think it's very important for me to thank the people that have been behind Meadowlands Chorale, 100%, and honestly and truthfully so. But more than anything, I want to thank the choristers, the Meadowlands Chorale, for being so resilient and for being so for perceiving so much. A lot happens in the rehearsal room. A lot is said in the rehearsal room, but not even once have I had abantwana okanye because they are no longer kids. And I always say this: I need to really stop calling them kids, because they know the transition behind them being school kids and now being adults. It's a very difficult one for me as a teacher, but I just want to say thank them because they've been nothing but respectful, and they've been nothing but wonderful choristers, and they've been hungry to be good in the industry. And I really appreciate that, and I appreciate the parents. I appreciate the community of Soweto. I appreciate families that are there to support Meadowlands Chorale. I appreciate people that are even buying tickets to go and watch us sing on the day. And I appreciate the professional musicians that I've worked with till this day. And it's a lot of them, and I can't count them. But they know them, and I always appreciate them. I always tell them that I appreciate the help that they do. And thank you so much for inviting me.
Sure, Mr. Mlaba. Don't forget also Bishop Music is doing Opera Soiree on the 27th of October, 3 o'clock, Rodeport Basement Theatre. They will be performing work by Verdi, Beethoven, Berlin, Bizet, Mozart, Puccini, and Rossini. On the 27th October, you can get your ticket from rodeporttheatre.com. This is Grand Piano Truth. We're out. Shab shab.